Yeah, there was this thread that went viral on Twitter last week about your favorite celebrity encounters, and people were sharing all of these wholesome interactions they had with celebrities. I was like, gag. Let's get one about the worst, most effed up, negative encounters you've had with celebrities, because I love focusing on the negative. So they inverted the picture of Adam Sandler with laser eyes and said, what's an interaction you had with a celebrity that was effed up and evil? Do you have any, Brett?
I've never,
just before we get into it.
I don't have any like severely awful stories with celebrities. I do have like there's a funny story about like how so I've made the comment here before plenty of times how I grew up loving gangster rap because I always found underground rap to be overly pseudo-intellectual and a bit try-hard. But it also comes back to this time, like, look, there's for the people who are underground rap fans here in the chat, and I'm sure there's a couple, Slug, who, the band Atmosphere, which was the group Atmosphere, which is a hip hop group from Minnesota. Very, very well known over the years. A lot of songs that people would have heard before. Well, they owned a record store in Minneapolis called The Fifth Element. And I went there once and he was just very dismissive. He's probably really busy. Like at that time, I don't know how common it was for him to actually work the floor. This was already
doesn't matter. If Keanu Reeves can do it, anyone can.
Exactly. So the point is he was like dismissive, and I was like, and I just never forgave him after that. I'm like, I'm gonna now abandon a whole genre of music, and there is underground rap that I actually like. Right, like I love Sage Francis. He made a lot of anti-war songs in the early 2000s that I thought were actually quite brave, given we were in the support the troops era of Hollywood at that time. There was pushback on the movie front, but he was making songs like right after 9/11 that were saying like, look, this war is illegal. We should not be sending troops to Iraq. But yeah, when I met Slug, I just never got over it.
I think good for you. Hold that grudge till your grave. And by the way, I did want to follow up on me saying that my aunt dated JC from NSYNC. She gave me a few more details. So it was just for a few months. He was just going into Mickey Mouse Club and would be living in Florida for long stretches of time for that. It was in high school. They were 16 and he was very funny and sweet. In my opinion, she says, better than JT, extremely talented.
Absolutely, from what everyone says, the better singer.
He bought me roses and a stuffy for Valentine's Day. So isn't that sweet?
It's very sweet.
So now that we've gotten that positivity out of the way.
It's very sweet.
Oh, also, I think my cousins told me that they met Big Time Rush at the mall, and they were really rude. So I'll add that one. My 2 cents.
There you go.
Here's the first one. Meek Mill and Kevin Hart regularly come to a specific Philadelphia club and literally never tip, despite never paying for anything. They get distraught when dancers don't give them attention, yet get annoyed if they do. Also regularly bringing the meanest and rudest people possible with them.
It's a very funny, like, almost feminine trait to be like, don't give me attention, and then get mad when you don't get attention.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
but also, if we know anything about
era,
like how strippers behave when you don't tip them from yesterday, be careful with that. Another one said, back when I was a photographer at a show, DMX randomly bumped into me. He bucked at me and took my camera and walked away.
That doesn't sound real. That sounds fake.
Then came back laughing and gave it back. True crackhead energy, LMAO.
Well, that could happen to anybody.
That sounds realistic to me.
Yeah.
Larry David came into my work and made snide remarks about the food, but then later he was in an awkward situation where he needed me to vouch for him, and I decided not to.
Well, you get.
You said that sounded fake too.
That it sounded fake. He probably vouched for him.
Okay, here's the realest one.
What would he need to vouch for him for?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it sounds very, very Curb Your Enthusiasm
Yes.
to me, so I believe it. I choose to believe it. Realistic one. I work in advertising and OMFG Mindy Kaling. Mindy, when I catch you. What
do you think it was?
She's probably a nightmare to work with.
Do you think she was like, look, Velma, it's the greatest thing that's ever been made. You're gonna love Velma when it comes out. And she's like, Mindy, I'm just trying to make your ad here. Could you just
like,
shut
Mindy,
up?
I liked Veep, but this isn't the move. I'm just trying to look out for you here. No one is willing to tell you no. Velma is a mistake. Please stop for your own good.
Dr. Phil called me a, quote, fat loser bitch in Home Depot when I said I had healthy relationships with my family. That's fake.
Okay,
it's
look.
Fake.
The fake ones are funnier than the real ones. That's my point.
Fake.
How about this one? Neil Patrick Harris climbed through my window one night and beat me and my brother with a shovel.
It's fake. It's just
the
become,
fake ones are better.
It's just become a creative writing class. That's what it is.
One time I saw Martin Scorsese at a Spider-Verse screening where he would not be caught dead. And when I tried to get a picture with him, he pushed me to the ground and called me a loser and said I was the reason why cinema was dying. And then he spit in my mouth. You good there, Brett? You about to keel over?
I'm dying. Okay. Yes. Out of all of them, I hope that's the one that's true.
I hope it's real. No, I believe it. Except for the fact that Martin Scorsese would be at a Spider-Verse screening. That's a little harder to buy.
Ran into Tyler, the Creator, on the Lower East Side in 2017. Was there for a music festival, so he was in the area. Before we could even speak, he goes, "No pics today, my grandma died."
Okay, that was a lie.
Then stopped for the white kids at the cafe he was going to across the street.
Tyler, the Creator, is racist.
Oh my gosh!
Exposed.
I'm still stuck on Scorsese spitting in someone's mouth. I can't get over it. I can't get over it.
A lot of people would pay good money for that.
He's so old. He's so old. I don't think personally, I'm of the opinion, I don't know the guy, I know nothing about his personal life, but my guess is he
out of character?
I'm guessing that he aged out of the mouth spitting kink years ago.
Why are you assuming it's sexual and not just that he was trying to degrade the person?
Sure
you're making a lot of assumptions
I
here.
guess I am. Maybe it's Sure.
I was hanging out with Louis C.K. and he didn't try to jerk it in front of me.
That really bugged them, I'm sure.
They're like, hey, like, what? I'm not special?
There is somewhere, Mary, there is a woman who actually felt that way. Who was like, what, he didn't try to do it to me? What's wrong with me?
It was probably Kathy Griffin.
Exactly.
That's why she said nobody in the comedy world ever tried to assault her, because she's basically seen as a man.
And she's like, look, I can be a woman too.
Ellen DeGeneres is evil. I don't talk about this a lot because I'm afraid of backlash, but Ellen DeGeneres dragged me by my hijab in front of a Cinnabon at an outlet mall, and I was afraid for my life. It totally happened. It's all real. I believe it. That evil woman. We know that she was mean to her employees on set.
She was very mean to her employees. I wonder if Jimmy Fallon does this too. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon just drags people by the hijab at the local Cinnabon. They came back from the strike with no mention of what happened. They didn't even talk about it? Are they not allowed to? He didn't address it. Weird. He didn't address it. It's kind of the elephant in the room, is it not? A little bit, yeah. I mean, just make some jokes about it. Don't take yourself seriously. That time Camila Cabello burned that cross on my lawn. She's just super racist. Even though she's not white. She's like a member of the Klan. I'm picturing her burning the cross while the song My Oh My plays in the background. And she's wearing Havana. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm losing it. Okay, this one's realistic. Mr. Beast locked me in a dog kennel for 72 hours. He would do this. He would just let you have a prize at the end. He would pay you at the end, so it would be okay. There's a $20 one there from Perturbed Alpaca. One time Neil Patrick Harris stole my roommate's car while we were on a trip to some crappy burger joint. Saw him later that night snurfing soda off a lovely lady. The burgers weren't even that good. We were just hangry. What about remember the story? Like maybe the pilot who snorted coke off a woman's the naughty boy. The naughty boy pilot who snorted coke off the woman's chest and then said, "I've been a naughty boy." It's just Wait, okay, if any of you guys have stories about celebrity encounters that are effed up and evil,
now is your time to share.
Yes. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
delay.
I'm sure at least somebody in our chat has an actual evil
Please.
story with an evil celebrity, right? Like, it's funny. Like, okay, so
It's
like
time to mean to all of them.
this is actually like a thing that's always been brought up in skating, where like some skater, like people just make fun of the fact that some of them, like the best, oftentimes are just like socially inept, because to
fixate on something
to
so
get
hard.
that obsessively good at something,
Yeah.
sometimes you're going to be a little bit socially, and that's
Yeah.
fine, whatever. And they'd be like, I went to the contest and I was like, hey, what's up? And they just like looked right past me, and like I always made a point to be polite to everyone at contests so that I could never be labeled the guy who was just like thought he was too good for everyone.
Then
there,
they'll talk about you and say he was too nice. He was fake.
Yeah.
It's a bit phony.
Yeah.
This last one was really funny, and I kind of believe it happened. Kanye West personally sent his lawyers to contact me, telling me to take down my Kanye YouTube poop music videos in 2013.
Oh my
Still
God.
lives rent free in my head to this day.
We have our own. Look, Kanye West was here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just walked right by everyone. He
Yeah.
did. He did.
It was really rude and dismissive. I even told him that my dead grandmother wanted an autograph, and he ignored me. She was the biggest fan of Kanye, and he just didn't care. Anyone have bad celebrity experiences?
There's got.
I just don't have. I haven't met celebrities that much in my life.
Oh,
So
what about people that have come here? Have you had any bad experiences with? I'm putting you on
You
the
first.
I'm putting you on the spot.
you first.
Right now.
I know you have, but are you willing to share?
Have I had any bad experiences? I mean, I tend to stay up here in the attic.
You've mentioned a couple.
Who?
One person you said was like licking a lollipop. And
Oh,
acting-
no. Made a comment that like guys should not eat. Have you seen the memes?
what did
Have
you
you seen
say?
the memes going around lately where it's like I mentioned it to you yesterday. It was like the girl's like, what is your craziest? What is your biggest ick
Yes.
in a guy? And she's like, when they're like happy. And it was like that, where like somebody that was here.
Do you want to name?
I will not
Okay,
name.
don't.
Said like men should not eat suckers, and I'm just like it struck me as like the weirdest thing to care about.
It's like men shouldn't drink drinks out of a straw.
Yeah,
It's gay.
well, like
She was
whatever.
probably just trolling whoever it was.
could-
I don't even remember who you were talking about.
Guys,
Guys, I can't spill the tea because I don't remember who Brett was talking about when he said this.
I
but
don't. Otherwise,
Anything else?
I don't think.
Any other stories?
I don't think I've had any bad experiences with anybody here. Not that I can
trying to
think of. No, not that I can think of. My favorite was probably meeting Papa John early on.
You know what? I met Phil Labonte.
That's true.
And then he hate crimed me for being emo.
Andrina says, "I bet it was Pearl." It was not Pearl. It was not Pearl. I did not meet Pearl.
I didn't meet
I
Pearl
don't. I don't oftentimes meet the people now because I'm usually still working.
I
and
don't
by the
either.
time they go do the show. So
I feel like one would stand out to me if I had it.
yeah.
I think, okay, when Milo was here, he sat down at the bar and I was standing on the opposite end, and then he was like trying to get me to pour him a drink, and he already seemed a little bit off, so I was like,
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
maybe I don't want to be involved in this.
Yeah. I mean, almost
That was a
everybody
little bit awkward.
Most people that come here are pretty chill, for the most part.
I mean, yeah, I don't really interact with them that
Yeah.
much. Remember when Green Room was more of a thing?
The good old days.
That still happens, right?
Yes,
Occasionally.
The problem is like I never want to like go downstairs and like just like whose conversation am I going to unceremoniously walk into?
Yeah.
Because everyone's talking, everyone's interacting.
But you
So-
just have to own it. Just be like, hi,
Hello, person.
I'm here now.
I'm here to just talk to you. Yeah. So yeah, it's good
Anyone
times.
you've been starstruck about?
James Lindsay at first. Yeah, I was very excited
Okay.
to meet James Lindsay when James Lindsay came here because it's like he was like one of the few people that like got me to read like an actual book that wasn't like an audio book at the time when I read Cynical Theories. So
He was your J.K. Rowling.
he was my J.K. Rowling. You know that was good stuff. That was good. And meeting Kevin Sorbo because he's from Minnesota.
You were like, oh, hi,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to meet
Basically, right? Like, and it was good. It was that was.
But you
that was
feel
fun.
weird about asking someone for a selfie.
I never, ever. Oh no, I was starstruck to meet Samita because I'd watched her.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
tons of stuff before, and I was very excited.
Positive celebrity encounter there.
No, that was one that rose above expectations, high above.
She's awesome.
She's a very nice
We
nice
should
person.
definitely have her back on the show soon.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.